reading, writing robots. We know who we are, at least in part, by finding the words to tell others and ourselves how we see the world. It was dark outside, a late afternoon in the fall of 1986, as I did each week during my last year of graduate school. I was sitting with my thesis director, the poet James Dickey. Campus was a library with classes convening and dismissing, but the darkness pooling outside made me feel we were isolated, marooned together in a place where words were life or death of the matters. That's the way I felt anyway. I couldn't say how Mr. D felt. Our relationship was strictly that of teacher and student. I thought of him as an old man. He was exactly the age I am now. I remember that particular meeting because of one ill-chosen word. In a poem that was otherwise finished, a single adjective was clearly wrong. We batted alternatives back and forth across the desk, but none was right. I was determined to find the word that belonged there, the one that clicked into place like the halves of a rocket. Hours later, sometimes around 10 o'clock, the right word came to me, popping up out of the depths while my mind was occupied with something else. It was so apt, and I was so exultant, that I went straight to the kitchen, opened the phone book, and looked up Mr. Dick's number. When he answered, I said, "Pale. The word is pale." It didn't dawn on me at the time that 10 o'clock is awfully late to be calling anyone, let alone an aging professor. But Mr. Dickey was overjoyed about that word, every bit as jubilant as I was, if only for a moment. The world made a kind of sense it hadn't made before. I had not thought about that phone call, much less that poem, in many years, but I've begun to think about it often. A flood of AI assistants has suddenly colonized my inboxes and Word documents and text. This month they appeared out of nowhere like a swarm of fruit flies around an overripe banana. Everything I type now is sick with hovering robots suggesting unwelcome robot wars.